Today I'm going to be talking about a lot of the absolutely crazy events that happened today. One of which is that Bitcoin did go back below $10,000, going below the trend line that we had previously broken, which is a very big milestone as we may now be continuing this downtrend, and it is all due to a whole lot of FUD that happened today, which I will be talking about in this video, and hopefully after today you will know everything about how Bitcoin dumped today and how a lot of these moves in cryptocurrency at this point are just starting to get really stupid based on how speculatory this market really is. Anyways, let's get right into it. Before I cover the Binance hack, I am just going to talk about why Bitcoin fell today. So one of the reasons obviously is that Binance did get hacked. It wasn't directly hacked, but there was a system, the API keys that Binance uses that did get hacked, but I'll talk about that in a second. So why Bitcoin fell, one of the reason was Binance. Another reason is that there were some new rules implemented in Japan where exchanges had to increase the amount of security requirements they had. But you know, whenever there's new regulation in certain countries, people always try to make it seem as negative as possible in order to make a move happen in their favor. So maybe they had a short on Bitcoin. Then they spread this news. They maybe try to make it sound a little bit worse. That can contribute to the fall of Bitcoin. And one other thing that happened is that two Indian exchanges were shut down today, but they do have very small volume, under $100,000 volume, so did not really affect cryptocurrency at all. But once again, people take this news, try to spread it on Twitter, try to spread it on all their major platforms in order to increase their positions, make themselves money. So always be on the lookout for that. You know, try to double, triple check all of the information you see on cryptocurrency, even this video, because you never know what my intents could be. But, you know, that was the reason for the Bitcoin drop. But now I'm going to talk about the Binance hack and what happened here today. So first off, let's go ahead and get onto Viacoin, which is the coin that did experience the hack. So I just want to put this in perspective. I am looking at 1 minute candles here, just like I was on Bitcoin. So this is really how big this move was. So first off, I want to show you guys the move that happened after. So this did cause Viacoin to go a little bit over 5,000%, I think, at its height. It was an absolutely crazy move. Don't check my math, but it did go up insane percentages today, over 1,000% as far as I know. And this move after was 150%, so it was certainly a great day for Viacoin holders, but it was a very bad day for most other people that were affected by this. So what ended up happening is that there was something in the supply chain of Binance's API key system that did get compromised. So some possibilities of this is that Binance was not really securely encrypting these keys. Maybe something got leaked in that area and someone was able to access multiple account API keys and then make trades on those accounts. So if you guys don't know what API keys are used on trade bots and many other trade platforms such as Coinigy in order for people to wirelessly make trades on their account. So you can put API keys on a trade bot and then have the trade bot trade in your account without having to log in, etc. That's how API keys are used. And normally people's API keys don't have withdrawal on. Normally it's just trading. So that is why these hackers decided to trade all the coins like this. And that's why I always highly recommend that withdraw is off on your API keys in case of a hack. But you know, people still today may have experienced heavy losses. So whenever one of these platforms were hacked, you know, maybe it was something like Coinigy. I'm not saying Coinigy got hacked, I have no idea, but some major holder of API keys got hacked. And then what ended up happening is the hacker, you know, sold all of the other altcoins that these people were holding. So if I had, you know, Litecoin, Cardano, if I had a bunch of different cryptocurrency I was just holding on Binance, they somehow got my API key, sold all of those other altcoins I was holding, and then with the Bitcoin on my account, automatically at the exact same time bought up a ton of Viacoin. And then how they made money is they just, used other people's accounts to buy up their own orders. So, they may have been accumulating Viacoin for a while now. I'm guessing they had all their money in Viacoin. And then what they ended up doing is they sold all of the Viacoin that they were holding to the other accounts that they were controlling through the API keys. And then they probably, had insane gains on their own money. And that is how the hack occurred. So some lessons to be made from this hack is that API keys are really something you need to be careful with sharing. Now, obviously, I trust and know all the developers for all the trade bots I use personally and have made videos on. But, I always recommend maybe contacting the developer before you're sharing API keys with their trade bot. Contact someone that works with them. Really learn who these people are. Make sure they're trustworthy before putting your API key in it. But, bigger projects like CoinEngine and Gunbot, I wouldn't worry as much with, as they've been going, for years on end at this point without really affecting any API keys. But something, I would be worried with is maybe a new trade bot you see pop up. I would never automatically download a free trade bot. Lots of them have viruses on it. Even if they don't have a virus, they may still try to steal your API key. And, this was something that happened today, and some people may have experienced insane losses. Now, how people would have made losses today, what the hackers did is they obviously were selling their coin for an absurd amount. So if someone had 1 Bitcoin, they could have sold it for, just a few Viacoin, which is now worth, a few dollars at this point. So, the hackers were buying this super expensive Viacoin, and a lot of people could have lost a ton of money from them doing that. So anyways, guys, hopefully this has, educated you guys on what happened on Binance today. These crazy moves. Obviously, a lot of this is not fully confirmed, as Binance has not come out with an official statement as of today. They may come out with one in the next few days, as this is a huge event that happened today. I really hope that Bitcoin doesn't continue this downtrend. I really think it's horrible when things like this happen, because it was a negative hack, people trying to do malicious things, and that just makes, the entire market suffer. And today was just an overall horrible day for trading. But luckily I did get out, since Bitcoin did not break the $12,000 range. So what to look for in the future? I think Bitcoin's going to continue this downtrend. I think this FUD today is not something we're going to be able to easily recover from. As far as Binance goes, I don't really think that there's going to be much of a negative effect on Binance. I think it most likely was not Binance's fault. I think it was someone else's fault who had access to a ton of API keys for some reason, and that's why the hack occurred. Anyways, guys, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and see you guys tomorrow.